Hello there, fellow altcoiners. My name is Martin, also known as Free Forever with my YouTube channel. And I'm your new technical analyst here at Altcoin Buzz, along with Mark. And I'm a crypto lover, and I'm also a free market guy, so I don't like central banks and that kind of stuff. When it comes to cryptos, I bought my first Bitcoin back in 2015, when the price was only 240 bucks. And now I've been trading for about 5 years. Firstly, trading fiat currencies such as euros and dollars, but now I'm focusing on cryptos. And I'm a full-time crypto trader now and technical analyst. So what will I do here at Altcoin Buzz? Well, I'll be doing daily technical analysis for some exciting altcoins and also Bitcoin, of course. Also educational videos regarding trading strategies. You know, when to enter a trade and when to exit. And today we're going to do a video about trading indicators. And here are some indicators we're going to have a look at. You're probably familiar with many of them, like candlesticks and volume and Bollinger Band, but you might not have heard of all of these. And in this example, we're going to have a look at EOS daily chart from TradingView. Let's have a look here at the daily chart and the indicators. The first thing we're going to look at are candlesticks. These green and red ones are all candlesticks. And what you need to know here is basically you should look for these changes here when, in this case, going down, a lot of red ones, and then you get the first green one. And that could be a potential change of direction. These are not the regular candlesticks, but these are called Fibonacci. I'm using them, I think they're easier. So it's a personal opinion, but I've used regular candlesticks for a long time and I found these more easily reliable. Now the second indicator I want to show you is volume. These are the ones down here. And what you should look for here is, you see this yellow line here, that is the average. So as soon as the volume is above the average, that could be a sign of directional change or a continuation. And in this case, the direction is to the negative. So it's clearly above the average right now, and we still have many hours left for trading. So clearly a sign here that the market is going down and likely will continue. Then we have something called support and resistance. And support, you might ask yourself, now we're looking at EOS. It's down 11-12% right now. So where will this thing stop? Well, we've already touched these peaks here. You see here around 560. But I think it's likely that we will head down lower to perhaps 530, because here is better support. The opposite to support, that is resistance. And earlier here we've been up here around $7 mark here for EOS. And when we go back in history, we can see here that the price has been moving around $7 for many days in a row, like here. And the same thing happened over here. And that is an indicator that there will be resistance once you get up to these levels. And that is exactly what happened here with the EOS. So we tried to penetrate this wall here, resistance, but it didn't work this time. We might come back later on. But resistance and support, that is something you should always look for. And those are significant indicators. Then we have something called Bollinger Band. And these are the Bollinger Bands. Here is the upper Bollinger Band and here is the lower Bollinger Band. So basically you can say that these are price extremes. Once the lower band is hit like here, it's likely that you will get a bounce up. And the same thing is true because when we look at these last days of movement here, we can see that EOS was above the upper Bollinger Band here. So now we're likely to head down again. We're not sure if we're going to go to the lower Bollinger Band again, but at least we bounced off here to the downside. Then we have Fibonacci levels, and these horizontal price levels are Fibonacci, these black ones here. And they usually correspond with resistance and support. You can also see another Fibonacci level up here around 850. And the price has been circling around in this area. So if EOS were to head up higher in the next leg up here, it's very likely that you will get a stop here because of the history here. So you have Fibonacci horizontal lines, but you also have Fibonacci vertical lines. And that is interesting because then you can sort of predict when there will be a move, either to the upside or the downside, based on a specific date. So here we do have another date coming up here for US in about 2 weeks from now. And that might be an interesting time period, depending on the other indicators, because they should align before you make a move. Now let's move over to the wave trend. Down here is the wave trend. You see this green line here. And these are, in this case, once the price, the level goes down here below this green horizontal line, that means that the market is oversold. And you can see here, when we were below this green horizontal here, that's in this area here. And right after we sort of got a bounce to the upside. This was also aligned here with this Fibonacci vertical line, as you can see here. So as soon as you see that it's starting to rise again, that is time to potentially get in. And also here you got a green Fibonacci candlestick. And right now we've been up here, we haven't touched this red horizontal here, but you can see here that the green line is sort of falling over again. That is a sign here. If we were to close today in this kind of direction, that would be a sign of the market falling over. And we can clearly see that based on the price as well. So that's not a big surprise here. Finally, I want to show you trend lines. Here is a trend line following the price, you see, for the last 7-8 days. And what you should look for is once the price get outside of this trend line, that is the time to get out in this case. And that is when we got this candlestick here. You see this looks like a cross. And it's outside of this trend line. So that means time to get out. You also have formations. Here is an upper trend line. Here's the lower. And in combination, this is a pattern. And that's called a bearish pennant. So when you see these kind of patterns, you know that we likely head south like we did here with the EOS. So I don't think I'm going to go into more detail here. It's just an overview of the kind of indicators I'm looking at when I'm trading, when I'm trying to find an entry point or exit point. So that is what I'm going to show you basically. And finally, here is the feedback I want from you. What are your favorite indicators that you are using? And also, do you have any altcoin suggestions for future strategies or trading ideas coming up later on? That's all I have. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.